Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford talked about the Browns defense and Jim Schwartz, who he played for with the Detroit Lions. His first 5 years in the NFL, Schwartz was his head coach.
Both. I think they do a really nice job with their scheme. Obviously, I'm familiar with their coach on the defensive side of the ball. He's one of the best, if not the best, kind of mind out there in defense. And couple that with some guys that can get after the passer up front in their front four and some guys that can cover on the back end. So they do a really nice job. Really all phases on defense. Make it, an uncomfortable day for the quarterback, both in what they're giving to you look-wise and also just the challenges they present personnel-wise as well.
What do you recall about your years with Schwartz?
Yeah, that was early on in my career. That was my first, I think 5 years it was in Detroit. Obviously enjoyed playing for him, was grateful for the opportunity. Obviously he, believed in me enough to draft me and bring me in there. Had some great times. Obviously made the playoffs for the first time in a long time in Detroit when we were there, and did some good stuff. So a lot of respect for him, as a coach and a person. Always a tough battle going up against him and his defenses.
So, Brad, the thing is, Jim Schwartz knows Matthew Stafford as well as anybody. You can sure he has stayed connected with him. First overall pick in the draft when he came. It was his first year as a head coach, so he was involved in that. That plays to the Browns, knowing what he does well.
It certainly does, yeah. Schwartz has as good of a scouting report on Matthew Stafford as anybody, frankly. I know it's been a long time, but you still know their tendencies, what they're comfortable with, what they like to do. And I think Stafford did this past week play a little bit of a different brand of football as compared to Week 11 against Seattle, where he was getting the ball out very, very quickly, 2.5-second average time to throw, did not take a sack in this game, and really wasn't pushing the ball downfield all that much. We're used to the gunslinging, run around like crazy, try to hit a bunch of bombs Matthew Stafford. And week 7 through 11, in the 3 games he played, he did not complete 60% of passes. It was a lot of boom or bust. He then flashed forward this past week, 25 of 33, 76% completion percentage, and 4 touchdowns, but only 6.9 yards per attempt and 230 passing yards. So, really just staying efficient, staying ahead of the chains, not trying to extend plays and hit all these explosives, which I think is probably what he's going to want to do against this Jim Schwartz defense as well. It's just a heck of a lot easier said than done against the Arizona Cardinals than it is the Cleveland Browns.